once in a while you'll have to say yes to something you don't really want to do. For instance, Parker's half birthday party. Parker, why are you inviting me to your half birthday? I just thought you weren't allowed near playgrounds.
I'm technically allowed on this side of the playground. I just can't be there at night with my shirt off, screaming, "Father, please."
At least my boys were there to make the day a little bit better.
I'm hungover, dude. Dude, I had 6 bottles of Merlot.
So in the spirit of Easter and Parker's half birthday, Parker brought us to an abandoned zoo to hunt for Easter eggs. This is a child's idea.
I thought it'd be fun to just like hang out with my boys, you know what I mean?
And catch eggs?
Yeah, for like the
And catch eggs?
I've never had a party. I've never thrown a party.
This is surgery last night.
I drove 45 minutes to pick up little plastic eggs off of the ground. While walking to the secret location to pick up all the plastic eggs, James noticed his old house.
Memories, dude.
Tron, does this work? It looks like water's coming out of it.
Yeah. I still actually paid. I still paid to keep the water going.
We couldn't believe our eyes. James actually had a surprise visitor. We forcefully removed him from the property. The area where Parker buried the eggs was actually pretty interesting. We found a lot of cool architecture. Kib, being no stranger to impressing others, decided to show off his new move, Spotted Eagles.
Catch me.
Okay?
You're supposed to catch me. That's not how Spotted Eagles goes.
That's when Parker informed us we had to catch 24 eggs before the day was up. Do we really have to catch 24 eggs?
Yes.
Dude, that's so many. How many do we have to catch?
24 eggs.
See, you're peeing right now.
I'm not peeing.
No, I see the pee
I'm not
coming.
peeing. Since I don't play children's games, I didn't keep track of the score.
My Nerf pellet.
While searching for the eggs, Kib and I ran across a couple disgusting children named Sergio and Cassie.
I don't like the way he's looking at me, you know what I mean?
We ditched Parker because we wanted to have a day that wasn't trash. Lucky us, we found some ice cream. Is this cash only? Cash only? Cash only? Cash? Cash only? Cash only? Cash only? Credit card? Credit? Cash? Do you have cash?
No.
Buy me ice cream.
Do you take card? Can we bargain? So just...
The ice cream man wouldn't bargain with us, so Kib and I went home. But on the way back, I remembered something that happened the other day during Taco Trip. Something that I needed to address before we created the business.
Guys, I need to go. I got the call.
What?
About the draft?
The draft is starting?
Yeah, it's starting. So what they told me was that within the next 15 minutes, they're gonna set up a waypoint for me to meet them at. Yeah, they told me that they're gonna give me a Waze link, and so I click it and I go to the browser version of the app.
How long are you gonna be gone?
I think for about a week. They said
Okay.
17 years. So they haven't told me anything. All I know is that I'm gonna go, I'm gonna lead, I'm gonna do a great job. You know me, I always come through.
Where are you leading? What are you doing?
Leading NASA.
You're leading NASA?
Yeah.
For 17 years in a week.
One day,
What?
1 week.
Don't laugh, it's not funny.
I'm not laughing, you're on salary. Like, I just gave you the
Yeah, we're on salary.
I just gave you the contract. So I'm just wondering.
I signed it.
Recently, I've been having a lot of difficulty planning around everybody's schedules, including my own. I reluctantly went over to Parker's house to ask help from his scheduler, Jeremy. So you take pride in what you're gonna be doing?
Sure.
Obviously, hiring Jeremy was going to come with a couple stipulations. Mostly, to stop being the way he is.
You should come down to my basement. There are some bodies that resulted from it. If you ever need to make some extra money, just hit me up. I got some things going on.
Don't offer jobs to me.
If you do become the scheduler of these videos, promise me, you will stop acting like how you do.
Oh, like hiding my actions from view.
Don't do the actions.
So basically, I have to stop those things, the ambiguous activities.
Yeah, what are the ambiguous activities, if you don't mind me asking, just so I have a clear vision of what you're up to besides?
People need kidneys, man. I know where to get them.
After I welcomed Jeremy to the team, I had to leave immediately. Very recently, I was invited by Steve Zaragoza to perform on stage reading the worst episode of the show Lost. On the big night, Alyssa actually couldn't go because she was walking the dog and doesn't like to support me as a creator. I didn't want to go without her, so I had to make a change and use the resources I had at hand.
What's up? It's Alyssa here. Trying to catch a couple poon snatchers tonight.
Yikes, talk about awkward. My new fiance actually saw my old one on the sidewalk and they mingled a little bit.
Hope you don't mind your man getting stolen. Get man stolen. Get manslaughtered. Oh God.
Expecting the real Alyssa to get jealous, I was disappointed when they became good friends.
You look beautiful.
Stop, girlfriend. Shoot.
I was getting genuinely uncomfortable with the relationship both of my fiancés were creating. It was time to head to the event.
Dude, my pussy's mad itchy.
It's a boy.
Alyssa's here!
I meet you.
look beautiful.
Pleasure to meet you finally. Oh, you're too kind.
We've met before. Get in
I
here.
don't know if
We
you
made
know.
love.
Good show. I know.
Oh, she actually. Oh, did you leave your ring at home?
I just was, like I said, I'm here to snag up a dude cooter if I have to.
Bringing Kib to this event pretending to be my fiance was more than just a bit. Public speaking is my biggest fear. And this was essentially my version of imagine the audience without clothes on. But even cushioning the experience with my personal Easter egg in the audience, there's no stopping that trembling notion of inadequacy. I have no idea if it's even possible to truly get over that, but all you can really do is say yes.